Welcome back to Trading with CJ. We're talking about HCMC. You guys love this stock, and I have been receiving an abundance of questions on Instagram comments, Discord, YouTube, etc. all over the place. Been receiving these comments. Some of these are really, back to the drawing board comments, and some of these are a little bit more advanced. So we're going to get into some of these ones, today. And I was going to do this as a live stream, so it's going to be quite a casual chat. However, I thought you guys might want to skip bits that you already know, etc. To make it easier for you, I was just doing this as a video. And yeah, we're going to get straight into this one. We've got about 15 or so different questions here to go through. And yeah, if you enjoyed this, please go ahead and smash the like and subscribe to my channel as well. That really is appreciated. You can join our Discord. We have a HCMC chat. We now have over 2,300 investors, and HCMC channel is probably the most popular one on there. So come and join us. There's lots of DD and lots of exciting news being posted on there every single day. So without further ado, let's get into this. The first question here, one of the most common ones to get, is generally, what is all the hype? Okay, because everybody's heard about this stock now, especially if you are a new investor. You probably heard about this one. A lot of people have only started getting into investing because of this one. HCMC stands for Healthy Choices Management Corp. They have their two main businesses. They have the vape stores and the healthy choice markets. And the hype, really, in long story short here, to answer the question straight up, is a lawsuit. Okay, there's a lawsuit going on with a big company known as Philip Morris. This company is absolutely huge, and they are basically making a lot of money from this IQMS product, which HCMC claims are using their patent rights for it. So legally, that money should not be Philip Morris's, because they are using a product which has the patent rights from HCMC. So that right there is, in a nutshell, what this is all about. Philip Morris is an absolutely huge company with a market cap of over 130 billion, and HCMC has a market cap of around about less than 400 million, okay? Currently about 350-ish at this moment in time. So that's what all this hype is about, because if they get, the lawsuit goes their way, they should be getting a nice bit of money from Philip Morris, okay? If they win the lawsuit, or there's lots of other alternatives here, which is another question, okay? So the next one up here is, how likely are they to win this lawsuit? Now, I've literally done a video on this a couple of days ago, could they win the lawsuit, etc. And there's a lot of speculation around this. But right now, it seems quite likely, okay? They have one of the best lawyers in town. Cozen O'Connor is on HCMC's side, which is a major, major plus. They wouldn't want to put their reputation on the line and go up against a big company like this and defend a small little company like HCMC. Very, very likely, okay? And HCMC have put lots of information out about this, and Philip Morris are making a lot of money from this product. Also, not to mention, very recently, Philip Morris, some of the insiders have been selling shares. Not a lot in compared to what they do have, but nevertheless, they have been selling, which is obviously, potentially gearing up for sign of things to come. Maybe we're holding out for that one, but you never know. Speculation with this one. But how likely are they to win? Well, we don't know for sure, of course, but it's definitely looking very promising in HCMC's favour. Now, this might not necessarily go to the lawsuit. This can get settled outside of the courts, okay? They could get a settlement. So Philip Morris could be like, we don't want to go to court. We don't want to pay these extra fees, etc. We will pay you this amount, or we'll pay you royalties, or we may even buy your patent. There's been suggestion that they may even buy HCMC outright. So any of these options right here means that HCMC will be getting a lot of money. The only way this will not be a win for HCMC is if this goes to court and gets ruled out straight away. The court process is a long time, okay, which is not going to be great, because a lot of shareholders aren't going to want to stick around. They're in this for the short term to make some quick profit. So if this does go to court, okay, we probably could see a sell-off, because if Philip Morris say, we're not backing down on this, we know that court cases can take years, which means people have to hold on to these shares for a long period of time. The best outcome here really is Philip Morris turn around and say, yeah, you know what, we'll pay you the X amount here, and HCMC can walk away happy, and shareholders can be sitting on some crazy, crazy gains. So how likely is it to win? In my opinion, I think it's quite likely. However, there is no guarantee. This is one of the riskiest stocks out there. Perfect time to say here, I'm not a financial advisor. So if you are planning on investing, you should always do your own research first. Now, there's no particular order with these questions. I just wrote down what the most common ones people keep asking are. This one is this a long-term hold? We spoke about the short-term catalyst being a lawsuit. Is this a long-term hold? Now, it's funny you say that. Originally, I'd say no. I'd say that 95% of people are really holding this on the pure basis of a lawsuit. If we don't get the answer we want, it's going straight back down to where this came from, okay? Whether is this a long-term hold? For me, I don't think so, okay? But there are a lot of long-term investors out there now starting to say, I'm holding this, etc. And I think that's really good. I do appreciate that. I think that's a great thing to be a long-term investor in a company. For me, like I say, this is a trade. But they do have some good things coming out. They've recently put out another product as of the other day, and they've been raising money. Because their share price went up so high, they thought that's a perfect time to raise money, okay? So this is good. They're raising money. They clearly have some ambition going forward. So if things don't go their way, we're probably going to see this drop down. But if you're looking to hold on to this for a few years, you may make some nice gains. It's not something that interests me, but that's my thoughts on, is it a long-term hold? Now, this one is not necessarily a question here, but I guess it is in some respects. The share price. People are saying, why is this one selling off? Let's quickly look at the share price. 0.0035. Okay, less than a penny a share. That's a third of a penny, which is absolutely insane. And it did actually go up to around about, I think it was 6, so 0.06. I started buying this one myself at 0.01. First covered these at 0.014. Very early days considering where we are now. We're up a few 100% wise. But yeah, I'm definitely holding this, looking to make some crazy gains on this for sure. So the share, why has it been selling off? Generally, the whole market has been selling off in the last week or so. This might be different by the time you see this video, but the whole market has been red. And yeah, most of these penny stocks, people are starting to take their profits from them. We've seen some brokerages restrict buying these stocks as well for a period of time, which obviously didn't help. And yeah, there's no real reason why to sell off. Nothing has changed within this company, okay? There's not been any bad news out. It's all the same as it has been from the moment people started buying this one. So the only reason here is people are starting to take profits. And that's not the end of the world here, okay? Because we've still got a few days until we start to hear some announcement, which we will get onto. The next one here is concerns about float/outstanding shares. A lot of people have been bringing up about their float, and this is something that we've never hidden, okay? This is always a big key part of this company. They have a ridiculous amount of outstanding shares. According to Yahoo Finance, I know there's a couple of different numbers here, but outstanding shares is 105.11 billion outstanding shares, which is absolutely insane for a company this small, okay? 105 billion outstanding shares and a float of 92 billion. So this is absolutely insane amounts. What this means is they've been a lot of share diluting. There's a lot of shares out there right now, which is probably another reason we're seeing a ridiculously cheap price. What's the concerns about that? Okay, people are saying this is really bad. If they do get the win from this lawsuit or a substantial amount of cash in any form, they will probably buy back these shares. They would be stupid to not start buying back at least some of these shares, okay? So that's not the end of the world worry. And like I said, most people are looking to trade this one, so these outstanding shares wouldn't really bother you. But if you are in this long term, you will definitely want to see these shares start to get buyback because that is a ridiculous amount and the dilution is just incredible. So that's just a concern there about people and what that means when we say outstanding shares. Shares that are out, how much this has been diluted basically. 105 billion shares outstanding. This kind of rolls in nicely to our next question, which is how much will they win? How much is this company going to get? There's lots of different numbers being chucked out there, okay? Some people are saying 10 billion, some people are saying 1 billion, whatever. The general average, no one knows is the real answer here. We don't know exactly how much they're going to win because it hasn't been announced. They may not win anything. They may get, a part of this or the whole lot. $1 to $3 billion. And if you think about it like that, even $1 billion, the lower end of this estimate, that's crazy for a company with 360 million market cap. $1 to $3 billion. That's the estimate here. If we talk about the IQMS product alone, I put this up in my previous video. This is from Philip Morris. They recently put this out in their recent financials, okay? That equated to 23% of their revenue in 2020. And that was $6.8 billion. So if we divide that by the total percentage that IQOS brought in, they would have brought in $1.61 billion in 2020. So if we're talking about how much they should win, 1.61 billion of that was from the IQOS product. This patent right is about the IQOS. So HCMC should win here a minimum really of 1.6 billion. For the sake of it, let's say $1.5 billion, which is kind of in the middle of that estimate range, okay? That's the amount they should really win. And like I say, even if they win 1 billion or around that figure, it's going to make a huge impact to this company going forward, and therefore the share price, which follows us on to what would the share price be. Now this is probably the most speculated question out there, and probably the one question you want to watch if you're watching this video, because you're interested in what you think this could get to. I'm not a financial advisor. I'm completely speculating on this. I'm not an insider for HCMC, okay, but I'm giving you my thoughts here, what the share price could be. At the moment, like I say, we're at 0.035. I have heard $5 as a price target. Yahoo Finance are putting out $6 as an analyst prediction. I don't know where the hell they have plucked that one from, but $6, nah, not in a chance from my opinion, not from this lawsuit anyway. Okay, that would be an insane amount of gains. The most common number we're hearing out there is $1. And I think that's just because that's a nice round number. I don't think there's any much logic behind it. They could well hit these, okay? Nobody knows where this could hit. Nobody would have said GameStop would have hit whatever it did, $450, $500. Nobody knows that. These stocks can hit whatever they want to hit. But the realistic target is not going to be $1. And the reason for that is because you're taking the outstanding shares, if you take that as 105 billion, which we just mentioned, and you're multiplying that by the predicted share price. So you're timesing that by $1 per share, which is what people are saying. This would give them a market cap of over $105 billion. This is for, I know a lot of people said this is a vape store company with a patent, with a good patent, but this would now value the company just like that at $105 billion, which isn't impossible, but in my opinion, highly unlikely. If we go on to here, the top 100 companies, largest companies in the world by market cap, this would actually situate HCMC as the 87th largest company in the world. And this is just not possible for a company here, which in essence has 9 vape stores, healthy choice markets, and a patent. The patent cannot be worth 105 billion alone, okay? So $1 price target, if we're going on what it should be worth, that is not fair value in my opinion. If it gets there, we'll be laughing, okay? We'll be laughing all the way to the bank because we're going to be cashing in some big money. But I don't think that's the case. And this is the perfect time to actually drop this one in because we did a poll on the Discord. I put this poll out and I said I'd include it in my next video to see the results. The poll here, I'm going to just put it up on the screen, not going to read it all out. But we've got minus 0.01 as the lowest and $1 plus as the highest. And you can actually see the highest voted one here was for 0.50. People are saying that this one will get to 50 cents per share. That's the highest voted. It's tied with 0.10. So a bit of an extreme difference there, but that's our highest votes. That's obviously not an indicator of anything, but that was just a bit of fun there, a bit of poll we did, so you can see exactly the highest votes. My personal opinion is if they do get this payout, or the payout we're expecting, the $1.6 to $3 billion mark, then I think this could hit about a 0.25 or 0.50, between that range, okay, which is still absolutely insane gains from where we currently are. I don't think the $1, I think that's completely out of the league here, but I do think we have a good chance here of getting 0.25 to 0.50 if that money comes through. And even if we get the lower estimate here, not the minus of course, but the lower one of 0.01, that is still big gains. We're not even at a penny yet, and you're still looking there to over double what we're currently at, which is still a nice amount of quick gains just like that. So that's the share price, where this could hit, etc. My thoughts on this. Please let me know your thoughts as well on this in the comments below. Put down your share price. What do you think this will hit? I'm interested to see the most highest vote. Upvote what you think as well. See if it corresponds to our poll on the Discord. So this is one I get asked all the time, and if you've seen my videos, you'll probably know my bullish thesis on this. What do I think will happen? I wouldn't be invested in them. I only have a small position, but I wouldn't be invested if I didn't think they were going to get some money from this. I don't think it's going to be the amounts we're seeing everywhere online, etc. However, I do think they're going to get a nice payout, most likely in the form of a settlement / royalties. Okay, I don't think they're going to buy HCMC outright. But once again, this is purely speculation. I just don't think they're going to buy HCMC. I think they will get a settlement of some sort. But however, I also think if this goes to court, it's going to be a lengthy process. HCMC are going to need a lot of money to battle against PM, and it could really hurt them. What we really need here is PM to come out and kind of admit defeat in some way, or at least say, you know, fine, here you go. We do want to quickly touch on this as well. PM have a lot of other lawsuits going on. So their back is against the wall at the moment. So we have a few more to go through. This is a slightly longer video than normal, but like I said, it's just going to be off the cuff, just chatting, etc. When is the lawsuit date? Now, this is what people keep getting mistaken here. People keep saying the lawsuit date is the 26th of February. 26th of February is the date we're waiting for a few days' time. 26th of February. It's not the lawsuit date, though. This is the date that Philip Morris have to respond. Okay, this is the date that we have to hear something from them, whether they accept this court injunction, whether they accept this patent right infringement, etc. This is basically when we need to hear from Philip Morris. If they do deny to reply to this, then we're then going to have to get another injunction, etc., another court fee, and that could take a bit more time as well. So it's just a date where they have to reply to what's going on. Doesn't mean they have to say, you know, yeah, we're going to pay you here and now on the spot. There's nothing to say that, and it doesn't mean, yep, we're at court right now on this date. So that will be more of a lengthy process. This just gives us an indication of where PM's head is at. What are they saying? If we see something from Philip Morris that says, you know what, we were wrong here, then we're great, we're laughing. This is good news. If they come out and completely defend against this, then it's probably going to be, like I say, a lengthy process. So 26th of February is the date to watch, but it's not the lawsuit date. We won't know that yet until we hear from Philip Morris on the 26th. Or prior to that. They could respond at any time prior to that as well. And we also can't rule out the fact that this could get extended again. It's already been extended before. And, you know, they could request another extension, I believe. So if that does happen, you know, it's going to be a lot longer. I don't think they will. I think we're going to get an answer from them, but it's an option that you cannot rule out. Aside from what can the share price hit, this is probably the next most popular question. Where can I buy? Now, there's a lot of stock companies out there that don't do OTC stocks, don't do these extremely small cap stocks. I'm not completely familiar with all the others. I bought this one on Trading 212 on the Invest account. It's a UK/European brokerage app. At the moment, I believe that there is a wait list for getting onto for Trading 212. There's not much I can do about that, but I believe the other options out there are Fidelity and TD Ameritrade, from what I've heard from numerous investors. So those are the 3 ones I've heard about. If you know any others, chuck them in the comments because it may help somebody out. That's that one. The next one is, should I buy? Of course, I've mentioned this one. It is down to your risk tolerance. Put in this one what you can afford to lose, because we have, as you've seen from this whole question and answer here right now, it is complete speculation, okay? If they lose this, you're going to lose your money, but if you win this, you're going to win big. A lot of people are saying, you know, I'm willing to risk $100 for the sake of winning X amount. That's some people's outlook on this. Some people don't want to lose $100 at all. You know, put in what you can afford to lose on this one. So should you buy it, it's completely up to you. But I just want to tell you that it is super, super speculative. But if it does pay off, it could pay off big. My last one here, really, to sum this up, is it too late to buy? Because we have seen a bit of a run up. However, like I mentioned, it has started dropping back in the last week. Now, is it too late to buy? For me, I'm not adding to this because I got a very good average. I'm currently sitting up on a nice percent, as I mentioned. So worst case scenario, if I see this start really dropping, I'll probably just sell and take my profits. However, if you are not in this stock yet and you want to get involved, then nobody is hoping that this is the price it's going to be at in a few weeks or a few months' time when we get some results. People are hoping this is going to smash that. We just don't know a price it could potentially hit, so you can waver with that if you want to get one of those sort of price targets or its current one. So once again, that goes back to the previous question. I don't think it's too late to buy at these prices. If the lawsuit comes through, of course not, because we're going to see amazing, amazing gains if they get the money we are hoping for. So I think it's still a good time to buy. Personally, I will not be adding though. That's my position on this company. So if you have any other questions, drop them down in the comments below. I always try to reply to everybody in the comments. So yeah, drop some down. Also, feel free to answer some of these as well if people are putting their comments as well. So that's my stance on this company. I try to answer the most popular ones. Sorry, this is a slightly longer video. I hope you have taken something from this, and I hope you now have a good overview summary of this company, my thoughts, my predictions, etc. Please go ahead and smash the like and subscribe to my channel. Join our Discord as well. Like I said, we have a 2,300 plus investing community now and a very, very popular HCMC channel. Until next time.